Capricorn.
Hey Capricorn, so we're looking at your forecast here for April 2015, and we had a total solar eclipse there on March 20th. If you're listening to this video here on the March end of this forecast, some of you might still not have gone through the eclipse quite yet on the 20th. So I made a special video that gives you more insight on what you can expect from it, so you might want to go and listen to it. But it showed up in your third house for communication and siblings and whatnot. They're at 29 degrees of Pisces. And so what these eclipses do, they end certain things, and then they initiate and open up new beginnings. And right now here, April, we have another total eclipse. This time it's going to be a total lunar eclipse. This is on April 4th, and showing up in your 10th house. So this is where you're going to feel the impact at this time. The solar one had to do with short distance travel, had to do with siblings, your closer community, and a lot of communication. But now it's all about your job. Now, the full moon lunar eclipse, the moon really works with our emotions a whole lot. The sun has more to do with the I am, the essence of who we are. So this is more of an emotional one. Being in Libra, Libra wants fairness, balance, harmony, and beauty. And an eclipse has the power of 3 full moons all in one. And so what it's wanting to do is to get you going onto that super highway and speed you up. So expect that things are going to pick up a lot of speed for you in this area of career. And normally they say it takes like a month and a day for the full picture to come into manifestation. So don't expect it all to happen on that day, but that's the initiation of it. And then watch what takes place for you a month later into May there. While we're talking about the moons, we have the new moon here on April 18th, Capricorn. And for you, that's showing up in the area of your home environment. This is your foundation, the family that you have created for yourself, the family you are coming from. It's also the past, also property, where you live and how you live. So the new moon here is when we put down our intentions. It should embrace this area of your life right now. And the new moon is also the time not just to put your intentions, but to write your abundance check. So for those of you who've been doing that, good luck with it. Circle it in on your calendar. And for those of you, Capricorn, who don't know how to write an abundance check or don't know what it is, on my newsletter I will show you on a video how to write it out, what it will do for you, and how it can attract and magnetize more money flow into your life by the end of the new moon cycle. So that's very interesting. But yes, your focus, we got the sun, we got Mercury, we got Uranus, and that new moon. Mercury is your thought processing, connected now to family, what you communicate, how you communicate. The sun being you is how you're I won't say infiltrating, but joining with, sharing your energy with your family members, and how you're now looking at securing your foundation of what is yours. Uranus is there, which is, you know, under a long transit and has been there for a while, but this is also changing the family foundation as well, especially as the sun and Mercury is going to be passing over the very degree of Uranus. That's when you can expect certain action this month. We'll get back to that when we get to the calendar. But it's also a month of love for you, Capricorn. Venus and Mars in the 5th house is all about romance, the coming together, the securing of. And I say securing of because they're both transiting the sign of Taurus, and Taurus wants to secure. And Taurus is ruled by Venus, and Venus is transiting through, so it's like a double whammy. Venus, love and romance, and then Mars from the very first day of April is joining into this 5th house. So all of this together shows action upon matters of the heart. It's also a very creative area in your chart, which the 5th house always is. So I see your focus being on wanting to beautify something here, express yourself romantically, or also within creative projects, which the 5th house is. And then, yes, also children, how you're interacting with them or they are with you. It's just a really beautiful month here for you. We have Jupiter transiting your 8th house, which has to do with how you share your resources with your partner, or it's also money that you have on the side, not necessarily your month-to-month income, but more the money that you invest, or could be tax returns, it could be royalties, commissions, that kind of thing, or how you and your partner share things together. Now, that Jupiter has been asleep since December, so not too much going on there, but here we go. It's going to open the doors. Jupiter is going to wake up from its sleep and its retrograde, moving forward more direct again after the 8th. So you'll see how these things now are going to be propelling you forward. Slowly at first, it takes time for Jupiter, this huge body out there, to go from a backward motion to start moving forward and then picking up speed. Then we have Saturn, long-term transit, 12th house. That's the structuring of your subconsciousness, your higher consciousness, looking within for direction, because it's Sagittarius that always have higher goals and ambitions, reaching, should I say, for the stars within, okay? Not outside, but within yourself. So many of you, especially those born there in that first week of Capricorn, will be feeling that there is more. There is definitely more to tap into, and Saturn is trying to awaken these things, especially of that dealing with karma, which it's a karmic house for one, but Saturn is also the ruler of karma, and so you might see how things now will be coming up to be dealt with. And Saturn's also wanting to kind of close down on a 28-year cycle and position itself here at the end of 2017. So, got good time for that. Pluto still in your first house, transforming the you, the new you coming in, especially those of you born in the first 2 weeks there of Capricorn. I have been feeling how this transformation over time, these last few years, have been doing exactly that. And for the rest of you, you got it coming, but there's a deepening, there is an intensity taking on shape and form in your personality, Capricorn, and you're coming across very strong, very powerful, willful, as well as you're coming into this energy. We're going to take a look at the calendar, and I am putting it back into the videos. Now, last month I did that separately. Thank you for the great feedback. Many of you like that. Some of you wish that it was still inside of the video, so I'm going to do both. So both groups are happy with it. So starting off here on April 1st, Mars is entering into the area of your chart of love and romance. And on April 2nd, we have Mercury and Saturn in a trine, which is a harmonious aspect. Mercury, communication, the way you speak and the way you think. There's a conversation taking place here with Saturn, which is either a figure of authority, or it could be you coming across with your sense of authority on this day, where you're coming across very clear and it being heard and accepted beautifully, because of your clarity, and plus you have extra guardians around you on this day because the sun, which is you, and Jupiter here also in a perfect trine on the very same day. And Jupiter is abundant, it's jovial, so you're coming across with a sense of humor but also seriousness, so you're easy to listen to here on April 2nd. So if you have an interview or a review or anything, a presentation, this is such a great day to do so. On the 4th, as mentioned, we got the total lunar eclipse. On the 5th, there's a little hiccup in the system where the Sun and Pluto are not too happy. They're squaring off on each other, but even this shall pass. The Sun moves very quickly, so it's only a one-day passage. You might feel it the day before and the day after, but then it's done. On the 6th, we have Mercury, once again, communication and what it is you're wanting to bring out and did bring out there on the 2nd. Well, here on the 6th, now it's Mercury's turn to trine up with Jupiter. So I'm feeling abundance and generosity, and it's the bearer of good news, right? And good fortune. And Mercury is the deliverer of good news, or of news, but it's good news coming from Jupiter. And to accompany it, the Sun and Uranus will be conjunct. Same day, this is April 6th. And the Sun is you. Uranus always brings us the unexpected. And Uranus here in your chart is passing through the 4th house from the home, and the Sun is also in the same area. So something within family members might be somebody bringing this news to you, or a situation taking place at home, April 6th. The 7th and 8th, I see you contemplating a certain dynamic situation, maybe not quite sure whether to take a decision or not. Sometimes it's good to act while an opportunity is there. Other times it's wise to not act. If you are insecure or feeling doubt on any level, then just wait. You don't have to act right now. Now on the 8th, Jupiter is moving forward, and you want Jupiter on your side for any major decisions anyway, so that's good. Venus is going to be moving out of your 5th house of love and romance and creativity into your 6th house of day-to-day routines, into the sign of Gemini on the 11th. So here you will see that there is a shift taking place. At the same time, Mars is starting to sextile up to Neptune. Now Mars is men in your life. It's your drive, your goal, your ambition, and so forth, is now interacting with Neptune, which has to do with your hopes and dreams. And so I feel the 11th and 12th is times when you could feel that communication, interacting with a partner might take place, shape and form, because communication is lighting up, because Neptune's in your 3rd house for communication, news. It could be emails, texts, phone calls, whatnot, and Mars here being the male in your life, or also you taking action on some communication there. Now on the 14th, Mercury is moving here into Taurus, so out of the family situation into the love and relationship area. So this is picking up where Venus moved out, Mercury's coming in, Mars is still there, so you're still dynamically connected here within relationships. So it's a big month for this, for you. And Pluto will turn direct. No, I'm sorry. Pluto will turn retrograde. Get that right. Retrograde. So it's going to sleep on the 16th. And it will be here for the next at least 4 to 5 months. This will give you some time to relax what is going on in your personal, what should I say, transformation there in that 1st house, because you are and have been changing so much lately, but now it's going to give you a little rest, a little peace, as it's kind of working behind the veils a little bit for you. On the 17th, just like I said earlier in the month, on the 7th and 8th, if there was a decision needing to be made, that's coming in back around here between the 17th and the 18th. Mars is antsy. It wants an answer. It wants a decision, but it's squaring up on Jupiter. Jupiter, being the wiser one, is saying, are you sure you want this? Jupiter wants to look at the whole picture. Not the details, but the whole picture. And Mars just wants to do it and get on with it. So if you have any kind of iffiness about it, hang in just a few days, and I'll tell you why later, and where Mars is going to go from the square of Jupiter into a better position on the 21st. But on the 18th, the new moon, that is the day to circle in on your chart for putting down your intentions, writing yourself that beautiful abundance check. The 19th, you're still kind of a little iffy on this decision. You might feel a little confused. There could even maybe be a slight disappointment or letdown because of Venus now squaring up on Neptune. Neptune is that hope, that dream, what you were expecting, and it may not come through for you. But it is what it is. And then I see action kicking in here, which I mentioned on the 21st, which will be Mars and Pluto coming together in a trine, very harmonious aspect, where your drive, your decision, your action, your goal is going to be forcefully and harmoniously combined here with Pluto. So there's no one holding you back on this day to do what you want to do, and maybe what you wanted to do on the 17th, but now on the 21st, watch you go. And not only that, but see, Mercury's coming into play as well. That's your communication. It will be attached to your action, your decision, and your transformation there on the 22nd. So both those days is when you can achieve those things that you set out to do. We're coming close to the end of the month. We have Venus, love and romance, unexpected situations. Do not sit at home if you're single, Capricorn. This might be a day where you can come upon somebody who's very charismatic and interesting. There's this unexpectedness that always comes around with Uranus. And so here, this would be the day for that to kick into action. And if you are in a relationship, well, then that should be good for you. Mercury will change signs on the 30th, moving out of Taurus. This whole entire time while it was in Taurus, I feel from the 14th, these last 2 weeks, that you were very honed in on wanting to secure something. And but now that it goes into Gemini, it's more speaking about it, sharing, communicating. Mercury rules Gemini, so it's going to be double strong. And we're starting off May here with more insights of that next month, and next forecast will get deeply. Listen to your moon and your rising sign, see where that total lunar eclipse is going to be affecting other areas of your chart, which will show up in those readings. And then, of course, listen to your partner's chart to see what's going on with him and her. And I'll see you next month in May. Bye now.